Hey, this is Nevin again with Disc It, bringing to you season 10 of the cooking show. And we're celebrating 10 years already of manufacturing Disc It grills, products, and accessories. So this week on this episode, we got some awesome burgers coming your way, so don't you dare go away. Welcome back. So now we got the Disc It setup. You guys have seen him, what, in 2-3 episodes before? Michael Scott Riley, Gulch, welcome back.
Glad, thanks for having me back. Congratulations on your 10-year anniversary.
Oh, thank you. It's
Looking forward to 10 more.
Yeah, it's so much fun because we have so many products out there, thousands and thousands of Disc-Its across the world, accessories we've had for years, and it's so fun doing this cooking show because people get to learn more about what is a Disc-It, how to cook on it, and then we get to share awesome products like yours with customers all over the world.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, Disc-It's a wonderful cooking item. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Nice.
Cook on this thing.
We appreciate the comment on that.
Yeah.
And we love some of your stuff. What are you going to cook today?
Today we're going to make crab asparagus burgers. We're featuring our salt-free chipotle dry rub. This is a coarse ground chef grade season mix. It's got lots of chipotle, garlic, paprika, all the magical ingredients to make a good seasoning. And today we've mixed it in with our burger patties to usually overnight or a few hours before to wake up the seasonings and infuse the flavors into the burger. And then that burger is half ground sirloin and half 80% ground beef to add a little fat to the mixture. And we've got some balsamic vinegar in there, a little Worcestershire sauce for some flavor. We're going to grill them up, and then we're going to place some king crab legs and asparagus, grilled asparagus on. The secret is a Parmesan griddled onion bun.
We're going to have to write that down and make sure this is on the bottom of the screen here.
And it's a very simple, sounds complicated. It's a very easy recipe to make. It's very simple. Your friends and family will walk away definitely satisfied, and you definitely want to walk the dog around the block when you're done having that one.
So it's a crab asparagus burger.
Yes, sir.
With all kinds of other goodies.
Yeah, basically we have onion bun, we have asparagus, and basically we're just showcasing our seasoning within the meat itself. Not making a sauce this time, and it's just a wonderful thing. Okay,
well, before we fire this thing up, how can the viewers around the world find Cold Gulch?
You can find us at www.coldgulch.com. You can also reach us locally in Santa Fe and Albuquerque at wine festivals, Fiery Food Show, some hunting and fishing shows, a few retail locations around, mostly the specialty chili shops around Albuquerque, Old Town Santa Fe. Santa Fe Homebrew Supply carries us up in Santa Fe. So if you're a home brewer like me, you can get your homebrew supplies and you're cooking Cold Gulch there. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Right on, well, let's get started. So now you're going to make these awesome burgers. You got some buns. You got, what kind of buns are those again?
These are onion buns from the store, Okay. And so we want to butter them up. We're going to put some Parmesan on them. And while I'm doing this, I'm kind of curious, though, are you applying for the astronaut program there? Or?
No, that's a cool story. I forgot about how this. I should say special thanks to James I won't give his full last name, out of our pastors. Actually works for NASA. He bought a Disc-It with a chili roaster and some accessories from us. And once he got it, he was excited about it, whatever, and he ended up sending us a shirt and hats and a coffee cup. And I told him, so you don't have the patches in there, I'm going to add it to my cooking show shirt. The first patch we got was from the Disc-It kids in Maine. I think season 6, season 7, they started doing some of the shows, stuff like that. So I guess I'm collecting patches.
Well, I'll have to give you one of our patches as soon as we get them made. But maybe we'll see it on the International Space Station someday.
There you go.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I totally forgot about that. Disc-It's getting super hot. Those burger patties are huge. And can you go over again before we add that? What is in them and why are they so big?
Well, we got to account for some shrinkage, right? But this is a big burger recipe, basically meant to divide, half a burger per person. You can make them small, or you can make they apply it to sliders. You can make smaller versions for sliders. So what we've done here is we put our chipotle dry rub, mix it in with the burger with a splash of Worcestershire sauce and balsamic vinegar. And that adds a little moisture, some vinegar, some acid to it helps wake up the spices without drying out the meat.
And it's just ground beef? And
it's ground beef and ground sirloin mixed, 50-50. And we want the ground sirloin's nice, but the fat content's not there, so we want a little more fat with the 80-30 or 80-20 that they do, so it helps, the lean meat cook.
Yeah, have some kind of oils. Yeah. So we have no oil in the disc. The disc is getting super hot.
It looks good, nice and smoky.
Well, wow.
So thin is better than thick, so they're going to shrink up. and a lot of people like to make a real thick burger patty, but then you're talking a longer cooking time. You're kind of guessing if you don't have a thermometer as far as the internal temperatures. I prefer my burgers on the medium rare side, but not bloody.
Right.
And there's a way to test that just by testing the meat, and just by experience on the Discit can tell you basically the doneness of your meat. It's a really easy, simple formula.
Nice. So that's cooking a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to feature this week's Spotlight Disc. This week's Spotlight Disc is the actually the brook trout that we're cooking on. Now, most of you already know that the Discit is all fabricated from 3/16 plate steel. It has 4 support legs. So this particular model has all 4 of the legs the same. Now, it's your story. So whether you want to have brook trout and a mule deer, maybe a butterfly on the third, maybe a beer bottle on the 4th, however you want it made, we've got over 700 different Discit designs already, or we can make anything you want. Company logos, you have a brand, whatever you want to do. You want to see some of those pictures? Visit our pattern section of the website, or check out our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Lots of stories of people's custom units there. And again, we customize them any way you want it. And when you order your Discit, it comes with a disc, a burner, and a full stand. And don't forget about warranty. Check our website about our lifetime warranty. So now we're back into this. We're checking this right here. How long does it take to cook this meal?
Well, again, varying on the thickness of your burger, thickness of your meat. We're looking about 8 to 10 minutes a side, if that. And of course, we cooking at higher temperature is going to caramelize the outside, so we want to make it nice and warm on the inside and seal those juices in. And so we're cooking nice. What you want to look for is sometimes some grain around the edges.
Okay.
We'll give you an indication to flip your burger. But it's mostly about experience and like I said, thinner is better. You're going to get a nice, more even temperature inside the meat than the thick giant patty.
And one more time, I know I'm beating the heck out of this recipe,
okay.
but it is a cooking show.
Sure.
You mixed ground sirloin and ground beef.
Yeah.
It was
about 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah. And
80% lean? Or?
Yeah, 80% lean. The sirloin's a little bit leaner, so that's why I kind of like to mix them. You can do either one. I mean, if you like just the pure sirloin flavor, which is not bad in itself, I just, from experience, I like to have a little more fat in the meat, especially when grilling.
And you used, which of your, I mean, I'm sure you could probably use any of your products.
Yeah, Chipotle goes really good with beef. This is a multi-award winning. We won the Great American Barbecue People's Choice about 10 years ago. It was a traveling show that they put on. It happened to be in Albuquerque that year. Oh, wow. And we won, as an amateur, we spanked all the pros that entered, and we won the People's Choice Award. It goes well with the steaks. We've had customers from Texas and New Mexico interstate competitions. This won first place in a steak competition in Texas with 400 entries.
Wow.
400 entries. Yeah, the guy who came back to the Fire Food Show tracked me down just to tell me that. We were very gratified about awesome. That. But our seasonings are really universal. They're salt-free. We have a multitude of flavors. We have a cayenne based, we have a chipotle, we have an ancho Italian herb blend, and a habanero citrus blend. And we have a new one coming out, should be out by the end of this year, is a Thai sesame blend with Thai peppers, toasted sesame seeds, toasted coconut, and some other secret ingredients in there, and hopefully we'll have that on our next show.
And what's the website again, real quick?
www.coalgulch.com.
Coalgulch.com.
And for those of you who don't know, Coal Gulch is, we're from Madrid, New Mexico, and Coal Gulch is the historic name, the nickname for the area. When they discovered coal in 1880s, 1890s up in Madrid, the old timers called it Coal Gulch. That was kind of a term back in the day. Gulch was everything. Silver Gulch, a lot of, Gulch just means a lot. Okay. And so when I was researching for my business name when we were living there, I thought it rang nicely, and it's a often asked question.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so now I'm smarter every day.
Don't tell nobody. So, I guess we're gonna go ahead and finish cooking. But again, what else you got? You still got asparagus.
We're gonna griddle our asparagus up here once we turn the burgers. Timing-wise, you want to start. If you're gonna any accompanying vegetables, you're gonna want to get those going for your timing. Everybody knows that good cooking is about timing. So you don't want to get your asparagus done before your burger's done. You want to put your buns on last, so everything rolls right out on the plate. Perfect temperature, nice and hot, very tasty.
Well, we're going to let that cook. You've got these, they've been on about 7-8 minutes now, just on the one side. Those are about 1 inch thick. And you're going to explain about when you knew when to flip them?
Well, there's a test you can do. A lot of people see it on the cooking shows, and it's basically, you find the meatiness of your hand, and this meaty muscle right here. And as meat cooks, it tightens up. Okay, so the more done it's going to be, the firmer it's going to feel. So when we flip this, we're going to let it cook on this side.
Ooh, look at that.
So you're going to want to start testing your meat. So you can see the cook side's a little firmer, but we can still see it's pretty soft.
Right.
And so when you just do this, the test on this thing, as it gets further towards doneness, it'll start firming up. So it's kind of soft in there, and we'll just keep an eye on that and
That's crazy.
let them cook away.
Any oil in that disc at all?
No, that's why I like the meat. That's why I like the mixing in a little bit of the fattier meats. Because animal fat is actually good for us in moderation. So a lot of people
That's
that
the problem I have.
moderation is the key, of course. But you know, you don't want to eat this burger every day.
No.
Well, you
What
could,
is
but
with the good beer?
it goes great with a great beer. I brought a homebrew porter just for you that we'll share with this with everybody, and it's you know, a nice combination of
They're just
good
spoiling
beer
it.
and good food.
So we'll let this sit for a few minutes
sir.
before we start the rest?
Yep, let that get going for a few minutes. We'll start testing it for doneness here, and then we'll get everything going, and we'll be ready.
Sounds good, let's roll it. So now you've got both these big old burgers pretty much about ready. You were saying something about the test on the firmness of the meat.
A little butter. Butter makes it magic. Okay, so our meat, we're going to give it a little test here. Still feels a little loose. In other words, it's a little soft, so we know it's probably pretty rare. If you like them rare, you're probably going to like doing taking them off about now. So we're going to put some asparagus in, give it a little love with some butter. Now there's two ways you can do this. You know, we like you can add Parmesan onto the asparagus and it kind of crystallizes, caramelizes on there real nice. You can do that variant. I like it on the bun myself. And so what we've done is we butter up a nice fresh onion bun.
Yeah.
And then we sprinkle a little Parmesan on it. Okay. And so once the asparagus starts cooking a little bit further, we'll throw the buns on right at the end.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll get the meat off the grill. We'll let it rest for a minute. And in the interim, we're going to whip up a Bernaise sauce.
That's what you wanted the little
Yeah. So this way we can use some of your other Discada equipment to get this going. And very simple recipe. Sounds complicated, but once you read the ingredients and see the process, nothing to be afraid of. So the crab, I discovered this with leftover crab after New Year's one time, and I didn't know what to do with it, and so I was making burgers, and I'd had asparagus, and so I just put the recipe together, and it is featured on our website, coldgulch.com, and it is just a nice combination of flavors with the crab meat, and you don't have to have the sauce. You know, we're going to make a sauce in a minute here, but you can just you can do your regular burger toppings if you like that. We don't put anything on it because we like the crab, the burger, the asparagus all to come through. You don't have to you don't need tomato, you don't need onion. You got onion in your bun, and actually our chipotle has some dried onion in it.
Okay.
So those flavors are going to turn out. But you can see how these burgers have tightened up nicely. These also shrunk, so the thickness has increased. So if you start with a real thick patty, you're looking at longer cooking time, and then you know, you're looking at probably a little more rare than you like it. Some people like it bloody, bloody as hell, they say.
Still walking.
Yeah.
So asparagus, burgers, buttered onion buns.
Yeah, and these will cook real fast on this too. So we want to do the buns very last.
Okay.
So we'll get the meat's getting close, and we will get the meat off here in a minute.
Big bun, big bun.
And we'll get the sauce going. And the sauce, you know, the kind of cook, the chef that you are at home, it doesn't have to be complicated. There's a lot of these people, don't be intimidated to make a Bernaise sauce up. Today we're just going to use a sauce, Knorr sauce, right out of the pack. It's good, it's easy. If you're an accomplished chef, certainly you can make sauces from scratch. I tend to screw them up more often than not. That's kind of an art if you do it more often. But there's nothing wrong with anything from the store today. We're also going to plate up with some deviled egg, potato salad, some fresh fruit. A nice balance in there. It's going to be a real pretty presentation and very tasty.
I'm going to hit you up one. I see you got a couple glasses. I'm going to have to hit you up one of them, them home porters.
We'll break that out here in a few minutes. But we're getting close.
So you got those burgers about done. You got the asparagus about done. You said something about a sauce or whatever, and doing the buns, whatever next.
Right. Then the sauce is going to cook fast, so we'll do the sauce. We'll get the buns toasted up. We can pull that off. You can put your stock pot ring on there, and then we can get the sauce going. Sauce takes about 5 minutes if you do it right. and just get
So
it
we
thick
can
enough.
probably even pull this off, and then just the heat from the disc alone will go ahead and toast those buns.
Probably so, yes, sir. So let me show you what these buns look like. With a little Parmesan, and we just throw those guys on just like that.
We got our Parmesan cheese. And what's the deal with the crab you got back there?
Well, the crab, like I said, I had leftover crab from a New Year's Eve
Not that
party.
crab, right?
Not this crab.
That's kinda
yeah,
old.
I threw that one away. So I prepared the crab prior. You can do leftovers, and depending on budget-wise, if you've got, you can use crab meat from the can. So it's real
Do you
versatile.
put it on the burger?
And the crab meat goes layered on the burger with the asparagus. The sauce gets poured over the top of that.
I'm gonna take this
And
off.
yeah, it's very nice.
Get this here. And we use a stock pot ring. We're going to grab that Dutch oven.
Yeah.
Set the stock pot ring in there, and we'll make that sauce.
Okay, get the heat going in that guy.
They're going to hang out by the disc over here. Now, back over here, we actually have a Discit Junior model on the back table. We also have a tabletop model that we're not really showing very well. The Junior model is made more for the people who want to do turkey frying, or maybe some of the seafood boils where you put a huge stock pot ring on it, because you don't want to have a stock pot way over here and then trying to put all your food that high up on there. Plus the fact that all the Discits have 4 swivel casters on there. So with the Junior models, we got the tabletop models, we got the full Discit of course, and then of course we have the new Double D model as well. So you put butter in the Dutch oven there?
Yeah, we got some butter going. What we'll do is we'll add our sauce packet and some milk, whisk it up when we get some heat in there, and let that sauce thicken. By that time we'll be ready to roll, plate up, and I'm starving. My stomach thinks my throat's been cut.
So you're just adding milk, you put a little bit of butter in there, and how much, is that just regular 2%?
This is regular milk, about a cup or so. And we want to temper it in there so we don't curdle the milk, so we want to stir it in. And then
How much butter did you have?
about a 1/4 cup of butter, which is a 1/4 stick or so.
Okay.
And then, yes, we are cheating. This is a Bernaise sauce from Knorr, and you can do a lobster Newburgh sauce is real good. A hollandaise, Bernaise, any kind of sauce. If you want sauce on the burger, standing alone, the flavors are just as good.
You're
but
gonna
that
pour
sauce
over the burger?
Yes. Yeah. And it's a big burger, so there's several ways you can eat it. Open face. You can, you know, if you're a big giant person, got a big mouth, you can just cram it right in there. All right. So turn this down a little bit. So basically, you just bring this to a boil, and then we turn the heat off there, and then we let it thicken up. And then, in the meantime, while this is doing that, we're going to plate up our burgers.
So when this is done, we'll pull that off and get the disc back on there so we can start plating.
Yeah, we can do that.
Nice. So now this thing's already starting to boil. We'll just go and let it set aside so it'll thicken up, or?
Right, you want your sauce to start to boil, then you can turn it off the heat. The residual heat in the cooking apparatus is going to keep the heat in the mix here, and this is going to thicken up as we let it set aside.
Nice.
And then while this is thickening, we're going to put the disc back on here, get our meat off, plate it up, and
time
to arrive at heaven. So I'll let you do that.
That's a little bit warm. Let's get this set up over on the side table for now.
Okay, perfect. And you can see that this heat in this cast iron is holding the heat real nice.
Look up all that burgers again. And I think this. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Just like you were talking
Nicely
about.
toasted. The Parmesan, excellent flavor. Yeah, we can
I was ready to plate up and hook it up.
get these going here.
You just tell me
Put
what
that
the
one on there like
keep both
that.
hands on the plate.
That there. So now the crab meat, the residual heat from the burger and your dish is going to warm the crab meat up. It's not a bad thing to have cold anyway. You know. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up a couple king crab legs there, and then what we do there is we alternate a little asparagus in between, like so.
This is definitely a first for me.
All right, you ready? Here it comes.
Yeah.
There's that. We can just put this right here for now. So we got our garnish, which is some deviled egg, potato salad, And then for those of you who want to eat a little healthy and don't want to have guilt, here's a couple strawberries.
There you go.
And so what we're going to do here is, I need a spoon real quick. Let me probably use, this looks good right here.
Uh-oh,
About that.
sauce coming. Right on top of that, huh?
So we'll spoon some of this sauce out of here. If I can get this handle to go down a little bit. Having a malfunction here with our sauce. And again, you can put...
What kind of sauces did you call
this? Is a Bernaise sauce.
Bernaise sauce.
Yeah, it's made for steaks and chicken and fish and stuff.
Right on.
So just plate that up. Put your burger on the side. Garnish the rest of it with a little of our chipotle.
Let's cut this thing and try it. I'll even share. We'll just do that in quarters, I guess?
Sure.
Where at?
Cut it right here. How do you want it?
We'll just show it like this. Let me show this to the camera. Look at the size of that burger. Get out of here. So again, this is a crab asparagus burger on the disc. You gotta grab yours there.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid of making a mess.
I'm gonna get a little bit of that sauce. All this with cold Gulch. Crab asparagus burgers on the disc. Cooking outdoors has never been better.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Disc. Homebrew port.
Homebrew porter, which
Cheers.
is the ancient name of porter. Used to call it liquid bread. They used to, the guys that would unload the ships back in the British colonies, they fed these guys all day porter because they were porters. That's where they named the beer after. They used to call it liquid bread. And that's what these guys lived on 18 hours a day. So I try to live on it maybe a couple, but a little beer history for you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for having me. Thanks very much. Always happy to be here.
Disc.